Okay, good morning, everyone. So today I'm going to show you three very useful Padam movements. So taripardam means movements on the floor. Now, there is a big misconception about taripardam that it's a very advanced practice. It's not for beginners. Also, that it is the perception about taripardam is that it's something very high level and mysterious, which is of course not the case. Just like May Padam has the intensity and difficulty of movements, the level of difficulty is different, the level of intensity is different. In May Padam itself, for thousands of the movements, same way, Padam also has hundreds of movements, and they also vary in intensity and difficulty level. So, absolutely, in Padam, there are movements for beginners also, and these are also some of the movements that we do in our Padam class, right? Now, again, one more misunderstanding about Padam is that it is mostly for core strength, building core strength. Um, what what most people don't know is that if done correctly, Tarai Padam will not only help you to build core strength, but also help you to bring stability in your shoulders. Now, when you start lifting weights or when you start swinging weights, it's very important to have the practices in your routine that will stabilize your shoulders. Otherwise, the chances of injury increase, right? So, and that is why in our regular Padam class, we spend at least 15 to 20 minutes doing Tharai Padam movements, which not only help with the core strength, but also help with shoulder stabilization. And then there is one more thing, very interesting thing, which most people don't know about Tharai Padam is that as your core strength increases, the chances of degeneration of your knees or injury, any injury happening to your knees, gets reduced, right? So as you build the core strength, as you build the strength in your glute muscles, the chances of your knees degenerating or getting injured reduce, right? So let's do three very simple Tharaipada movements. So listen to the instructions because the instructions regarding alignment are the most important. That is what is going to bring in that effectiveness which we are wanting to which we are wanting to learn to achieve through Tharaipadam movements. So the first movement is very simple. Everyone, the whole world knows it, but not many people know how to do it correctly so that your back gets protected. So especially if you have any disc bulge related issues, any back related problems, if you do this movement correctly, trust me, even you'll find a lot of relief. You'll start to heal your back issues, right? So the first movement is the simple good old high plank. Now listen to the instructions how we are supposed to do it. You have to tuck your tailbone in so your lower abdomen gets engaged, okay? And then you have to keep your fingers open and spread like this. You have to also make sure that your shoulder, elbow, and wrist is in one straight line. You have to relax your shoulders and consciously pull them back so that the upper back muscles also get engaged and the whole movement does not cause pain. It does not just come, all your weight does not come onto your shoulders. So let's do this one time and then we'll go for next movement. So as I said, Open your fingers, keep your fingers open. Make sure that your shoulder, elbow, wrist is in one line. Okay, tailbone is tucked in to engage lower abdomen. And now get into plank position. Once you get into plank position, you have to also keep your glutes contracted. Now, one more thing, one last thing. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed and you pull your shoulders slightly back. Stay here. Let's stay here for 10 counts. And then bring your knees down and sit back for 10 counts. So we do repetitions of this cycle. So it depends on you. If you are able to do at least 20 counts, that's very good. So do the plank for 20 counts and sit back in Vajrasan, relax for 20 counts. Right? So that was your first Taraipada movement. Second Taraipada movement is even easier and very enjoyable. Okay? So this is the movement which also gives you uh, a nice back bend. So we are going to start with child pose where the knees are apart. I'm going to bend down. I'm going to stretch my arms on the mat. Stretch your arms. Now from here, in a slow and smooth way, get into a back bend, which is also known as Bhujangasana in yoga. For that, bring your knees closer. Now remember, what we are doing here is that we have pulled the shoulders back so that chest can expand. Now many people they tend to do this incorrect by keeping the shoulders like this. This is a very incorrect way of doing it. So roll your shoulders back, pull them back. Look up and stay here for 10 counts. And now from here, in a slow and smooth manner, go back to child pose. Again, now knees are apart. Stretch your arms in front and stay here for 10 counts. So this is one cycle which you can repeat. You can even increase the duration that for which you will stay in backbending position. So you can do it for 20 counts and then rest back in child pose for 20 counts and repeat the cycles a few times. I recommend that even the previous movement that I showed, high plank, and this, you repeat at least for 3 cycles, right? Okay. So, but remember, it's the alignment points that make the whole difference. So you have to pay attention to alignment. Even for this, our tailbone was tucked in nicely. Now, the last movement, this is the most challenging of all three, but trust me, beginners are capable of doing it. Okay, now again, remember the points that I'm mentioning for alignment. Tailbone is tucked in so that the lowest part of lower abdomen gets engaged. You have to consciously relax your shoulders, pull them back slightly. Okay, so we are going to start the movement. We are going to be on all four. We are starting from this, making sure that wrist, elbow, shoulder is in one line, one straight line. Now here itself, check your alignment, tuck your tailbone in and pull your shoulders back. Consciously relax your shoulders, pull your shoulders back. Okay, now from here we are going to go into mountain pose. So go into mountain pose. Stay in the mountain pose for 10 counts. And now bring your knees down, but not fully down on the floor. Keep them off the floor by a couple of inches. Again, here especially remember to pull your shoulders back. Stay here for 10 counts. Go up in mountain pose. Stay here for 10 counts. Bring your knees down, slow and smooth. Keep them off the floor by a couple of inches. Stay here for 10 counts. Okay. So let's now, just now we did two cycles of this movement. So you can even increase the duration. You can be in mountain pose for 20 counts and then with your knees off the floor for 20 counts. Right? So remember the points of alignment. And the most important thing, again, I'm repeating this like in this session for the 50th time, is that in mountain pose, both in mountain pose, and when you bring your knees lower, when you lower down your knees, you have to keep your shoulders pulled back. Okay, so these three movements are not only these three Taraipadam movements are not only helping you with the core strength, but they are also helping you with shoulder stabilization, which is extremely important for your Karlaattai or Mudgar practice, right? So as I said, we do this in our Padam and Karlaattai training, and that's the benefit of training in a traditional, systematic way rather than learning from YouTube. So, as I said, if you want to learn properly, join the regular training and we have Karlaattai 21-week online course starting from 23rd August, and then the beginners May Padam batches are ongoing. You can join anytime. All the details that you might need to connect with me are all in the description of this video, so check them out. And feel free to post your questions, post your comments. If you have any feedback, if you have any suggestions, comment on this and let me know. So thank you for joining, and I guess I'll see you in the next session. Thank you and have a nice day.